What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, proud and ready to deliver you our first matchup in the playoffs, I guess if you want to refer to it as, of the Dunkin' Knee Deep subscriber draft tournament. We are in the round of 16, and this time we are taking on Wobafett and the California Castforms. His team consists of Rotom Wash, Nidoking, Fortress, Typhlosion, Shedinja, Slurpuff, Kartana, Tangela, and Fearow, and his Z Crystal is the Flyanium Z. So, very, very interesting matchup this is going to be. He's got a few very, very threatening things in the Kartana, as well as the Nidoking and the Rotom Wash. Typhlosion's also a massive threat, so we're going to have to be really, really careful with how we handle that. And honestly, him picking up Fearow, can't remember what his old mom was. I think it was Clamperl, actually made it a little bit more difficult to beat, especially since it's a very good Flyanium Z user on his team. Looking at his team, he can justify bringing it on like Kartana to break through other bulky grass types. Fearow could bring it very easily because it's stab, and maybe like one or two other mons can justifiably use it decently, but for the most part, I think that it's going to mainly be either on the Fearow or the Kartana as like a nuke. But hopefully we can beat his team with what we are bringing. First off, we're bringing Rapid Spin, Dark Pulse, Scald, and Ice Beam on our Mega Blastoise. Nick the Mega Blastoise here. Excuse me. I don't know why my voice is getting so rough right now. Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, 184 into HP, 4 in Spadef, and 68 into our Speed. The 68 in Speed allows us to outpace a min-speed Rotom Wash. I feel like he'll have to bring a bulkier one to try to wall out things like the Emboar, and stuff like that. I think he has to bring a bulky spread to beat those mons, so that's why we're bringing, that's why we're speed creeping that. Rapid Spin will be nice to keep hazards off our side of the field. He has Fortress, which is one of the best hazard stackers in the game. So that'd be really, really nice to have. Scald is important because if I can get burns on a few different things, that'd be really awesome. Tangela is probably going to be a good switch into this thing, so burn on that would be nice. A burn on the Rotom wouldn't be bad either. Dark Pulse is going to be one of our main moves that we click, so that you can't get a free switch into Shedinja. Without basically either dying or getting knocked to Sash immediately. So that's important. And then we have Ice Beam to break through things like the Tangela, the Kartana late game. This mon is hopefully going to be a decent sponge against his team and a decent wall breaker as well. This thing can really tear through a bunch of mons on his team. So hopefully the Blastoise will be able to do a decent job of that. Next up, we are bringing in to cut the Rotom Mow. Leftovers, basically just straight fully physically defensive. We're running the 4 into speed to speed creep the min-speed Rotom. Again, Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, HP Fire, and Toxic. We're bringing the Toxic because this mitigates the potential for a Typhlosion switch in. This mitigates the potential for a Shedinja switch in. Keeps a lot of mons from being able to switch in on us. We are fully physically defensive so that we can take on the Kartana. Even at +2, a Flyanium Z will not knock us out. And we can HP Fire the Kartana and tear through it immediately without any real issues, so that's cool. He has only one ground type on his team, being the Nidoking, which also won't appreciate switching into a Leaf Storm if it tries to. So we'll have to be careful about our Volt switching, but I think we can play around the Nidoking pretty decently well. But for the most part, we're going to be clicking Volt Switch a lot with this mon, trying to keep the momentum going in our favor. Shedinja is just something we have to knock out eventually. We are bringing Hazard to try to do that as well, although he has Defog on things like Kartana and Fearow, as well as Rapid Spin on the Fortress as well. So he's got a really good team built around the Shedinja, but hopefully we can actually beat that Shedinja properly. I think it'll be a challenge, but it'll be something that I definitely think we can do. Just have to be really, really careful about how we're going to go about doing it. But I think this set will do really, really well for us this week. I think it should be pretty solid. The Toxic, by the way, is for the Tangela switch-in. Tangela switching in on this can get Toxic and then just have something that can whittle it down because it is a very bulky mon, very hard to deal with. So try to beat that way. We have Registeel. Registeel with the Choppleberry, a 92 into Fizdef with the relaxed nature because we really don't need any of the speed this week. We outspeed anything that we really would need to without speed investment, and like it's just fine like this. Stealth Rock, HP Fire, Seismitoss, and Iron Head. Seismitoss just hits everything on his team, which is nice, besides the Shedinja, obviously. It gives Shedinja free switching, but I don't really care. I'm not worried about Shedinja at all. We have Stealth Rocks on this thing to set up rocks and potentially whittle down his team and just wipe out the Shedinja immediately. We have the Choppleberry for the Kartana. In order to break through this thing, Kartana has to run Sacred Sword. So we have the Choppleberry plus the HP Fire, so that we can OHKO the Kartana, because we OHKO like Kartana pretty much 9,000% of the time with HP Fire, unless he's like a really weird set, and then if he's a really weird set, we can just outspeed and kill him anyway. So that's the plan with this Registeel. I think it will do a lot of work this week, so it's really, really cool. Also, we have the Iron Head, by the way, for the Slurpuff. This way Slurpuff can't beat us. If Slurpuff is the Belladrum variant, it brings Drain Punch. We will eat a Drain Punch with the Choppleberry, and we can Iron Head it and beat the Slurpuff in the long run, which is really cool. So that is the plan with Registeel. Next up, we're bringing Vastia, our Kyurem Assault Vested, fully specially offensive Assault Vest. Enough speed to outpace the Nidoking. Max special attack and 80 HP. Ice Beam, Earth Power, HP Fire, and Flash Cannon. HP Fire, again, is for the Kartana but more so for the Shedinja in this case, because we cannot speak Kartana. But Ice Beam pretty much just hits everything on his team, but barring the Rotom Wash. It chips away at everything on his team decently well. HP Fire will hurt that Fortress really a lot too, which is nice. Depending on the set of Typhlosion, we can actually potentially take a hit from that as well. And hit that thing with an Earth Power, which is nice. I think this set just breaks through a lot of mons on his team really decently well. So I think it'll be really good. Next up, we have Chibi, our Mew. Leftovers with Synchronize, Knockoff, Soft Boiled, Psychic, and Ice Beam. Just a mixed defensive set. Basically, I think this does the best job we can against his team. We need things that can just eat hits for days, and I think this will do that very nicely. We have the Leftovers to keep ourselves healthy. We have Psychic for stab, hit things like the Nidoking super effectively, which is important. We have the Ice Beam for things like the Tangela and the Fearow, so we can hit those super effectively. Soft Boiled to keep ourselves healthy, and Knockoff, importantly, for the Shedinja / taking care of the scouting for Z-Crystal / scouting for, or getting rid of the EV on Tangela, and etc., etc. So that is our Mew set. And last but not least, we have Man-Bear Pig, the Emboar, and we're bringing a very interesting set to counter a very specific set. That set could potentially be an extra sensory on Typhlosion. I feel like he will bring that because of our Emboar. So if we can get Emboar in against the Typhlosion, if we can eat an extra sensory and we can go for a Sucker Punch on him and then take an extra sensory, and then like if he's locked in, then we have things we can easily switch into like Mew. But the Sucker Punch is basically there to whittle him down so Eruption doesn't do as much damage, which is important for a lot of members of our team. To be able to wall it even better. We have Toxic to just click for random switch-ins of like Rotom Wash and stuff, which is important. Flare Blitz is our main move for the majority of his team. It hurts everything decently hard, which is very important. Then we have Protect to just kind of like whittle things down with the Toxic, which is important. I think that could be very, very important for this match. So hopefully this set will actually work out for us in the long run. I think it will. But we'll see what happens. But that'll be all for this. We're going to hop into the battle, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alrighty guys, I know you can kind of barely hear me right now, but we are here with our top 16 matchup against Wobafett and the California Castforms. What? We're trying to send the challenge right now. We're trying to get the battle out to him. Let's get this party rolling. Get this party rocking. Alrighty, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are here. Oh boy, it is time. It is finally that time. We have finally been able to link up and get this battle rocking. So he decided to bring. Let me open the draft master sheet on a separate page. Let me copy this over and share it. Link it over on the Discord. Alright, we are linked over on the Discord, and let's peep. Alright, so he did not bring his Fearow, which is real nice. He also does not bring the Tangela, which is cool. He does not bring the Shedinja, which is perfectly fine with me. He does not bring the... And he does not bring... Or he brings the Rotom Wash, the Nidoking, the Fortress, the Typhlosion, Slurpuff, and Kartana. So... Realistically, what I would have expected. Honestly, realistically, what I definitely would have expected. Lead-wise, I could see a couple different options. I could see Fortress, I could see Rotom, and I could see Nidoking. And realistically, out of all of those, potential leads, I see nothing wrong with leading Rotom Mo. So he's going to lead with his Rotom, so we can see what he's going to want to do here. I'm just going to fire off the turn 1 Leaf Storm. I'm going to go for the Toxic. He's going to go in Fortress. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to try to Toxic that thing, but he does switch out. We are sitting here against this Fortress. We do have the HP Fire. He's gonna flash. Very good play on his part. That was a dumb play on my part. I should have volt switched there, but that was a mistake. I am not gonna be able to make more than once. I'm gonna go into Manbear Pig because it's probably one of the only things on our team that can eat an Eruption. It does. Going for the Toxic, though, there is smart because it'll start wearing him down and make him unable to use his Eruptions as effectively. Now I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch here and weaken his Eruptions even more and sack Manbear Pig. Because Manbear Pig wasn't really doing much for me in this game besides pressuring the Fortress. So now I'm not super worried about this thing at all. I'm going to go into my Blastoise here. Realistically, Blastoise kind of just claims himself one right now. So I'm just going to Mega Evolve and go for the Dark Pulse. Nothing he has switches into a Dark Pulse. Except for maybe Rotom can kind of switch into the Dark Pulse, but let's see how well he switches into the Dark Pulse. Not well at all. That's looking like a potentially physically defensive Rotom Wash. I am EV to outspeed a min speed Rotom. So I'm going to Dark Pulse again. He does have some speed investment. And we're going to miss out on the kill there. We're going to actually get a min roll. That is really dumb. So we're going to get the min roll there. Very unfortunate getting that min roll. We know he's speed invested though now, so that's cool. Probably has like 8 in speed. Either 4 or 8 in speed, but regardless, he's got to have some speed. Potentially. I don't want to take the unnecessary damage on this thing, though. I don't want to take unnecessary damage on Blastoise at all. So I'm going to go into my... He goes hard into this thing. That's fine. He's obviously not going to go for Eruption. What can he potentially go for here? He was kind of just sacking the Typhlosion, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to go hard into Blastoise again. He's going to go for Flamethrower. So we know he's going for. We know he's got Flamethrower. I wish I had a priority move. I really wish I had priority. Let's just go again for the safe Dark Pulse. We lose nothing by doing that, and we flinch, of course. Okay. 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 I need to keep HP on this thing. I don't want Blastoise going below half, so I'm going to have to take the hit with somebody else, and I'm going to let that be Mew. Yep. That's fine. Typhlosion's going to go down to the Toxic from Emboar, which is what I made Emboar to do. Alright, so what can he go into on this thing? Realistically, if he's really speed investing, you might want to go Rotom. Or you might be calculating to try to find out what I'm running and what kind of spread I am after that damage. He misses the T-Wave. That does suck. That does suck a lot. That really sucks big time for him. I'm sorry about that, dude. But at the same time, I'm actually pretty happy that he missed that Thunder Wave. Mostly because of the full para earlier from Blastoise, keeping me from killing the Typhlosion sooner. So he's gonna go Fortress now. I'm going to go into Kyurem because, wow, he goes straight for the Gyro Ball. Really good play. Really good play on his part. Okay, that's really bad. Alright, pause. We are switching back out right now into Rotom-Mow. Yeah, Gyro Ball does nothing now. Okay, so now we can safely click HP Fire. We lose nothing by clicking the HP Fire. Yeah, it's going to do a massive amount. He's going to get up his rocks. And now, will a Volt Switch actually kill him from this range, based upon that damage? So if Volt Switch kills him from that range, I'm going to Volt Switch and go out into something else. Yes, Volt Switch should kill him from that range. and I can just go into Mew. Mew is realistically the safest thing right now. Yes, Volt Switch kills. Actually, I'm going to go Blastoise, because what Blastoise does is it baits out Kartana, and he might try to set up a Sword Stance on me. So I'm going to go immediately out to Dr. Giro, because realistically, Leaf Blade, nothing against Kartana. So he just goes straight for the Leaf Blade. How much did that do? That's actually looking like Scarf damage, so you could either be Z or Scarf. I'm thinking that my best play right here, I think he might be Scarfed. I think he might be Scarf Cart. I'm going to go out into my... Yeah, this was smart. So I get the switch out into Kyurem here, and Kyurem, Fostio over here against the Nidoking. Has no reason not to click Ice Beam. Oko's the Nidoking, which is awesome. That thing is hugely a threat. Slurpuff. Flash Cannon is why we have Flash Cannon for the Slurpuff. He's gonna eat his citrus and not be able to belly, so he just goes straight for the Drain Punch. That's fine. That is perfectly fine because we still beat Kartana with half our team. So I think we got this in the bag. I don't want to jinx ourselves just yet, but I think we do have this one on lock. I'm going to go Blastoise right here and just click the Safe Scald. He's going to belly right now. That's foolish. He's hoping for the full para. He does not get it. So that is going to essentially be GG. Let me just double check. Registeel versus Kartana. It was just offensive. HP Fire does 126 to 142. I'm going to Rapid Spin just in case he goes... Yeah, he goes for the Sacred Sword, so it breaks a potential Sash. So I think he's Scarfed. So I'm going to go to Mew here. He's going to go for another Sacred Sword. And I'm going to just Psychic twice. He's not Scarfed, so I can go for the Psychic here. Get a little bit of damage off. And I sack Blastoise. I'm just going to sack Mew. Yeah, no, I don't have to sack Mew because he goes for the Sacred Sword, predicting me to switch, and I'm going to be able to kill off the Kartana. So we're going to pick up a 4-0 win in the top 16 here of the Duncan Knee Deep Sub Draft Tournament. We are making it on to the top 8. So better than last year, better than last time around, which is fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted to do. That was my goal here, was to do better than last time, and we did do that. So GG to Wobafett and the California Castforms. Really, really great game. So yeah, that was a really, really great game, and I'm happy that it happened. So GG again. Let me throw this replay in the chat, and we're good to go. But I will. Let me check the document and see if my next opponent has been decided yet. So it does not look like my next opponent has been decided just yet, perhaps. I'm not sure. Let me double check and triple check. It doesn't look like my next opponent has been decided yet, so I will either be facing that guy Harvey and his New York Cosmogs, or Joe from Belly and the Thunder Bay Thunderhawks. So whenever that match is taken care of, the matches are actually due by Wednesday this week. Whenever that match is taken care of, I will then team build, and I will bring you the next matchup. But until then, I'm PokePrimer, signing off. Peace.